we're talking about Dune today.
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
It's the Dune theme.
Are you doing good?
I'm doing good. Everyone's making Dune puns.
So what is that instrument you placed so tenderly to your lips there? Is it a harmonica?
It's a melodica.
A marlodica? Marlago.
It's like a gay harmonica. It's like in prison, if you play a harmonica, people will leave you alone because you added like a nice ambiance. But if you played a melodica in prison, they would shove it down your throat, you know.
Oh, wow.
It's like a little piano that you blow into.
Like that scene in the Paul Newman prison movie. What's it called? Cool Hand Luke, where doesn't he play harmonica when he learns his mom died and everyone's real sad in the prison?
Yeah. I think that would be... I think that's how I would survive in the prison. I would try and set myself up as the harmonica guy. I would learn to play harmonica very well.
Fun prison right now in America is Rikers Island. That one's a fun one to be in, experience the smells, the
Is there a lot of COVID being exchanged?
Also,
Rikers Island?
I think like they don't really have toilets or like heat, and it leaks when it rains, and there's no AC, and the inmates run the place, and then
You've been reading about Rikers Island recently.
It's they're trying to close it down, but I don't think they're going to do it. It's like how you try to close Guantanamo down. Where are these guys going to go? Rikers Island. So it's just like a closed loop. They're like, well, where are we going to put them? And then someone is like, Rikers Island, and so you can't ever close it. What's their island prison in Canada? You guys got one?
I don't know if we have an island prison. We probably have. We have 1/3 of Guantanamo Bay as ours. No, that's not an island either.
Wait, really?
No, that's not actually true.
okay.
I'm just making up facts. I'm sure what is considered an island prison? Vancouver Island for some people. Ha ha! Because it's filled with sort of hippie-ish people. And you sort of get used to that lifestyle, and you can't go back to the harsh world. It's like the Shire, It's like the Shire of weed-smoking people who are also deranged anti-vaxxers.
Cool.
You get like a lot of Vancouver Island, because they're hippies, they believe in like Natural News Network. And,
Wait, Natural News Network?
Yeah, do you remember that old website, Natural News? It was all about, how like the government is poisoning us, GMOs, poisoning your children, chemicals in the water. The same line as Alex Jones, they're making the frogs gay, microplastics are these sort of like conservative hippies tout that. That's like what recurring antagonist Derek Sloan, who doesn't really exist anymore, at least not in the way that we know it. But he was funny because he was a Seventh-day Adventist, and they were kind of like that granola hippie combined with ultra-conservatism, which is a very funny combination of things. And a thing you see a lot in Canada. Our fascism is very granola. Who's like Varg? Varg is pretty granola. He's sort of a hippie.
Yeah, he's like, build your own toys.
Yeah.
And they should be swastikas. The toys should be swastikas, but build them yourself.
Does he like Hitler? Is he a Hitler guy? I don't think he's a Hitler guy. He hates the Nazis. He likes the Norse guys.
He's like a Hitler was not pure enough kind of guy.
Okay. But people love him and interact with him regularly because, why not?
I don't know. Good. I don't see him. He's actually shadow banned, I'm pretty sure, on Twitter.
Really?
Yep. You can tell. Excuse me. You can tell when someone's shadow banned because their shit never makes it to your feed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, who can we not reclaim as a cultural figure? Have we reclaimed OJ officially as a cultural figure yet? We've just collectively shrugged and gone, okay, he's back. No one gets upset when OJ does his like sports things, his sports videos.
Certain people get upset. There's always people in his replies being like, you killed Nicole and the guy.
Yeah, but it's not like tabloid stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Or, what would OJ have to do to be surreal? Like, what if OJ endorsed Bernie Sanders? That would be fucking funny. But OJ endorsed AOC. OJ was a huge AOC
He's very middle of the road.
Yes, yeah. Did OJ vote for Obama, you think?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, that's cool.
And then he voted probably for Trump. He's probably the Obama-Trump voter.
OJ is the perfect example of the Obama-Trump voter. You know? Yeah. He is that demographic to a T.
Oh, yeah.
Can you think of other people who were Obama-Trump voters? I'm sure this happened more than once. I think that's a very funny demographic to be in. You know, to just sort of go with the winds of change, to be influenced truly by trends and not by any conviction.
Yeah, I vote for whoever seems the most popular.
I think The Rock was probably an Obama-Trump voter as well. I think The Rock voted for Trump.
He might be our next, one of our next future president guys.
I hope so. I mean, that's where it's going anyway. I was talking about the ongoing, how everything is just IP nonsense, a la Kingdom Hearts, and the Senate is already. It's gonna start to become Kingdom Hearts. Like you're gonna have Tony the Tiger, a hologram of Tony the Tiger win an election in West Virginia, and then he's gonna face off on like a Michael Jackson impersonator, and that'll win. It's gonna be like that movie, Mr. Lonely.
You're saying it like it's a bad thing.
No, but Donald Trump opened the door because he's a guy from somewhere else. These worlds are colliding. Yeah. A Donald Trump world is mixing with the Senate world, and traditionally, I mean, you've had celebrity guys like Al Franken is kind of like that because the SNL guy is on the and he wielded his weird celebrity to benefit him politically. So it's not even like Donald Trump is the first even cynical example of that. So I don't know. Is Al Franken more qualified?
Since politicians don't really get anything done, they might as well be entertaining, and so the entertaining ones.
There you go.
Yeah, the entertaining ones start to win.
Those clowns in Congress. They really should be clowns in Congress. All comedian Congress. That's what we should do.
Oh my
Dave
God.
Chappelle. Everyone would love Congressperson Dave Chappelle. He would be great. He would be a magnet for hate.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the topic at hand. Dune. Did you see Dune?
I didn't see Dune, but everybody's talking about Dune, and it grossed $40 million in its opening weekend, which should have been probably higher. But hopefully it will spread with word of mouth because I'm believing in the hype. I'm going to see it on Monday.
Wait, so you're going to pay for it?
I'm going to pay for it.
I advise not paying for it.
I would like to pay for it.
If you pay for it, there might be a sequel. So just watch out. Be careful how you use your money, is what I want to say.
There you go. Spend your dollars wisely.
Yeah.
Vote with your dollar, is what you're saying.
Maybe you should use that money on the book Dune.
I haven't read Dune, but everybody's talking about it. You've read Dune.
Yeah, I've read Dune a couple of times. It's a good book. Better than any movie could be.
You think so? You don't think that Denis Villeneuve will accomplish the impossible and exceed the literature in every way?
No, it's impossible.
I'm betting it. I'm betting on it.
It's impossible for a film to be better than a book.
I disagree. There have been some films that have
The only time
list.
The only time I have seen it maybe done is The Shining.
What about Die Hard? Die Hard's based on a book.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Nobody
I haven't
cares
read
about
the Die Hard book, so I don't know.
I haven't read the Die Hard, but I can't make a fair assessment. But I'm pretty sure it has a really funny name, too. Oh, my God, I'm forgetting the name of the Die Hard book.
It only ever works with really bad writers. So, probably a bunch of Tom Clancy movies are better than the Tom Clancy books because he's a horrible writer.
Yeah.
But Dune is a great book, so it's a work of art.
What's so great about it? Why do people like it so much?
Space cocaine.
Space cocaine.
Yeah.
It's very 70s. Everybody, he really vibed out. Frank Herbert really vibed out to what the 70s would be.
Yeah. Space
You're
cocaine.
Going through a desert of space cocaine. The worms are coming at you. Everybody's androgynous. Androgynous special boys in the desert. The Special Boys in the Desert were doing a prog rock opera to the plot of Dune.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I wish I could go back in time and take away how much fucking time I wasted thinking about doing a rock opera.
Dune. 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 It's that's the opening prologue. That's the riff that goes throughout it.
Well, thank you
Dune.
for bringing in the analog music instruments today. I wish I had a tambo in my corner. I have a couple of shakers down in the basement I could pull out of a storage.
Yeah, have some shakers. It would do some instrumentals. We could be like the Morning Zoo Crew. We are the Morning Zoo Crew, except we come in the afternoon on Sunday, the worst time to release podcasts.
Is Sunday the worst time to release podcasts?
I don't think so. I don't know what people want.
No, because they want the work with it. The work week's about to start. You're going to want to listen to something during the week while you're doing your menial labor job where it's emailing someone about some bullshit.
Collect your little pod berries. Collect your little pod guys where you can simulate a conversation with these funny guys. Dune. The story of a special little boy. What is so good about it?
The book, it's like all those animes about the boy with special powers and a strained relationship with his father. It's the exact same plot. It's pretty much every plot since the Odyssey.
It's Evangelion as well.
Yeah.
Is Paul as much of a little bitch as Shinji?
Yeah, Paul's kind of a little bitch, but he learns how to do. He learns how to do, in fact.
He's doing all right. He dunes it well.
Well, he becomes like some kind of messianic figure and then tries to control the movement.
Yeah.
It doesn't work out, I don't think.
Yeah, people say it's like a white savior thing, but it's not really a white savior thing.
Well, I mean,
It's
everyone in the
more like-
book is white, so, I mean, whatever. It's your imagination, man. Just use your imagination.
You can make everyone but you can make them. Are they ever described explicitly like that?
Like in Harry Potter, where she's like, Harry's shimmering white skin.
Does she say that?
Oh, yeah, she's always... she's always talking about how white Harry's skin is.
Harry's beautiful alabaster skin, pearlescent in the summer wind.
And then she called Hagrid, like, swarthy.
I like the idea of it's just we have missed the hidden overt white supremacist messaging of Harry Potter this whole time. Voldemort was bad because, he wanted to, I don't know. Harry Potter is against the fascists, but it's very liberal, I guess, is the critique of it. But maybe it's just pro-fascist because, the wizards just seem to do what they want with impunity as well. Well, it's if not fascism, it's sort of like that objectivist Ayn Rand fantasy of just, the smartest and best people cutting away from the rest of the people. There is an elite class that have a subtle influence over the world, but they mostly stay out of it, which is also the theme of The Eternals, a movie that's set to come out this week.
Are you going to watch that one? That piece of garbage?
I'm a completist. I have to torture myself with these Marvel movies because I need to see where they take the franchise at this point. I'm still invested on the wheel of misery.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I've seen them all up to this point. I saw fucking Shang-Chi.
Just wait until you're on an airplane in 2030. I'm
not going to pay for the Eternals. I'm going to wait till it comes out on streaming. Yeah. There's no way I would pay for that.
Do you have Disney Plus?
I guess I don't have Disney Plus. Fuck it, I can pirate it. Who cares?
Yeah, let's pirate it. This is the pirate podcast.
Return of the Pirate Age.
So the way you're going to pirate it is you're going to go to www.google.com and search Happy Virus Torrent.
Yes, you're going to search Happy Virus Torrent. Also, we are Norwegian. We are German Norwegian guys.
Because it's the Pirate Bay.
Well, because they're the pirates, and all the pirate people are from this sort of generic Nordic region that exists somewhere in the middle of the Baltic Sea.
I think the pirates were from Africa. during a lot of the pirating age, like the Barbary Coast. So they were like African Muslims, I think. I don't know. Might be a ahistorical, but I remember America started having problems with pirates in like the early 1800s because we were trying to ship stuff, and there are all these pirates, and then all these people being like, "Oh, there's all these dang pirates off the Barbary Coast."
Yeah. Well, I think our vision of the modern pirate has been colored by media that is, maybe a touch exploitative. Captain Phillips and such.
Yeah, the Treasure Island stuff.
Has anyone done a movie where someone is kidnapped by like South Asian pirates? Because there's a lot of everyone in media has expressed there's a lot of pirating in that area. The Archer gets kidnapped.
It's like do a Muppet, a very serious Muppet East Asian pirate kidnapping movie.
Oh no, Piggy! We've been kidnapped by these Filipino pirates.
Miss Piggy immediately gets shot in the head.
Yeah,
like the first scene of the movie.
Takes a bullet. Yeah. The splatters. Yeah, I think that's how they got to go for the Muppet franchise, and it was just extreme violence, which I think Jim Henson would be fine. I don't know if he would be upset that Disney has warped his creation.
Quentin Tarantino's Filipino Muppet pirate.
That's what the 10th Quentin Tarantino movie will be, a Muppet movie.
Well, I'm thinking of branching out into Muppets.
What I really liked about the Muppets is their ability to express human characters. They really fall into a scene, like the old timey effects. We really want to bring the feeling of those 70s movies back. Where anything could happen.
So after Miss Piggy gets shot in the head in the first scene, the camera just zooms in on her feet.
Their foot zooms in on her hooves.
Her little piggy feet.
Yeah. Has like a sad Italian ballad playing over it.
Yeah, and the human, of course, who's going to be in like the human characters. Christoph Waltz. Mm-hmm. It's going to be like the captain.
Waltz, yeah. There you go.
Who else? Probably Brad Pitt.
You think you could get Brad Pitt? I guess yeah. He's a Tarantino stalwart. I think the move would be to get Brad Pitt to voice a Muppet that looks like Brad Pitt. I think that's what. Are you
going to see the new Wes Anderson movie?
Yeah, I'm seeing that tonight.
Oh God, you're so lame.
I'm a big fag. I'm a big gay. No,
I don't go anywhere and do anything. So that's way cooler than going out to the movies.
Wes Anderson, there was a backlash against Wes Anderson because he came to rise in an age when tweeness became a way to became a shorthand for trying to evoke depth, and so that was a hallmark of the Williamsburg fashion thing. So when people rejected that, they also rejected Wes Anderson's aesthetic, but he kept moseying on and doing the same thing but better and better. And apparently that's what this movie is. It's like his thing, but he's fine-tuning his aesthetic constantly, which is sort of interesting. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, Wes Anderson, so did I ever talk to you about Frank Zappa's idea of conceptual continuity?
I think it was like last episode.
Yeah, probably. But I like this idea because some directors have it more than others. Whereas, Steven Soderbergh doesn't really have like a conceptual continuity because he's a one for them and one for me guy. Or like Ocean's 11, I don't know if you can connect it. I guess you could think hard enough and connect it to the girlfriend experience, but it's definitely not as cohesive as when you watch like the Wes Anderson films in a row. And they keep evolving. It's the same way that I feel about like David Lynch movies. Like you can watch David Lynch movies, and it always is just like so idiosyncratic that it can't be anybody else. I guess is the way to describe it, which is a rare quality, even if it is unbearably twee at times. And
so, how are you going to pregame for this Wes Anderson movie? You going to like take a bunch of pills?
Gonna smoke weed.
You're gonna like some weed, I don't think that's enough, man. I think you need
you have an incredibly fucking esoteric drink. You have like It was made of a West Palm soil, which included the branch of a juniper heart and the oven-roasted kidney of a large crocodile. And, Rafe Fiennes drinks it in an amusing fashion where he's sipping at an irritating rhythm or something. It's very... It's precious, They write themselves.
Just as a side thing, you find the rhythm of sipping to be irritating occasionally, maybe time to time.
No, but I'm just describing the very esoteric detail that would appear in a Wes Anderson movie. He only sipped at he sipped at various forms in Morse code. He would always spell out what he was feeling in Morse code while sipping or something like that.
You think there's going to be a narrator on this one?
Sure, there's always fucking narrators. There's always some guy. It was Alec Baldwin in the Royal Tenenbaums.
Alec Baldwin.
Alec
he
Baldwin.
Was in the news this week.
He was in the news this week, which is very, very interesting and evolving story because people were at first like, "Oh, Alec Baldwin, this is a tragedy for everyone." But then more stuff came out that, oh, no, wait, he was a producer, and people were, like, walking off the set due to the fact that they had allegedly hired non-union prop masters and armorers in order to get around the IATSE rules. Scabbing, while also IATSE, 60,000 film and television workers are threatening strike still, I believe.
And it's Yahtzee. The name, their name is Yahtzee.
IATSE.
I have a Yahtzee.
IATSE.
Okay.
It's a very fun. It's a powerful union because the name is fun to say.
That's
IATSE.
how things go most of the time. But this strike they're threatening is not part of the Baldwin killing.
Well, it forms potentially it is because. No, I guess that's not part of it. But they weren't using union workers.
You get what you pay for, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're illustrating the need for union workers and proper safety provisions. Because they say, the film mill, it generates fresh from college, desperate for work, PAs and people that will take any job. So they say, yeah, I can do prop gun stuff. How hard is that? And, then someone gets shot.
How are this happening? Why is the prop gun firing a projectile?
Because I don't know.
I
don't know that detail of the story. How did it happen with the Crow?
Well, that was a blank, and that was before computers could do a lot, And so the Crow, it was a blank, and the blank is like a shell with nothing in it except for like gunpowder and no bullet at the end of it. So it's just, but the gunpowder in the shell is like, there's like a cap on one end, and that cap apparently turned sideways as it was exiting the chamber, and that somehow it lodged itself into Brandon Lee's chest. But you'd think in this day and age, you could have like a prop gun that doesn't actually physically need to fire. You could just go with the computer and make a bang noise that's pre-recorded and put a flash on it, and it would probably look realistic.
Well, people don't like. I mean, it's people like their effects. People like effects.
Well, yeah, they like their effects, but all the blood effects
should be safe. This is like a thing that every movie for the last, however many years did without incident, over and over and over, because they are proper safety provisions for doing it.
They do. I know they do computer assisted gunfire visualizations, so there's really no excuse. Like, save some money on the and do real blood effects, but do fake gunfire. That's keep it safe out there.
And people were admonishing people for, but so I guess like the heat is on Alec Baldwin as well, because he is as a producer, he controlled the ability to hire scabs or not, and apparently he went with the scabs.
Yeah, I figured this was going to probably be bad for him. Maybe it'll end his career.
Yeah, but he had a good run. I mean, do you think he's poor? Do you think he's got a lot of debt to pay off? It would be funny if he did. It'd be funny if it's like the reason why he's doing Rust is because it's a Nicolas Cage situation where he has to constantly launder his own money.
Well, it's just another movie I'll be watching on an airplane in 10 or 15 years.
You think it's still going to get made, Rust? You think Rust is still going to get made?
Oh, they kind of have to now. He's probably going to be sued, and he's really going to need money.
Yeah.
What I would do is be like, all the proceeds to this movie will go to the victim's family.
Yeah, he can use it as a tax write-off.
Exactly.
Do some Hollywood accounting.
Yes.
Hollywood accounting.
You should call him and tell him. Mr. Baldwin.
Hollywood accounting is a sinister phrase because it's two Jewish things in a row. Oh no, Hollywood and accounting. Terrible. This is how it strikes in them. I'm Jewish, by the way.
Oh, so yeah, he can say that, by the way.
I can say that.
Yeah, he can say that.
I'm reminding you. I can say all these anti-Semitic jokes. It's not really anti-Semitic, but it's. I do think people perceive it that way when people say Hollywood accounting. It's like, Jewersons. These fucking Jewersons out in Jewiewood are, they're juking the stats.
Wow. Well, let's see. I think I watched a movie recently. I watched Zodiac pretty recently.
It's a great movie. I love that movie.
It's pretty good. Which
Movie
funny.
magic.
So my dad, I talked to my dad, and it finally happened. A moment I have been dreading since I was a boy of 12.
Okay.
My dad asked me if I'd ever seen a movie called Boogie Nights.
Why?
Ever since I was 12,
want to
I've
talk
been
about...
like, man, I hope my dad didn't ask me about Boogie Nights. Well, my dad hates pornography.
Okay.
And so somehow he came across some article talking about how good Boogie Nights is. And he's like, what is this movie, Boogie Nights? And I'm like, Dad, you're going to hate it, but it's a great movie.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, why am I going to hate it? And I'm like, well, you hate pornography. And it's about pornography. It's about how they made pornography in like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So I haven't asked him, but I'm really hoping he watches it. Because it will. The thing is, it's a great movie, and I don't know what will happen. It might break his brain a little bit.
Well, it's not about how. Maybe he'll like it because it's about how pornography is bad. Because it's not like people end up doing too great in that movie.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't know.
I mean, he's seen movies with titties in them before, right? He's seen.
Yeah. I think
he's
he'll
seen
hate
Scorsese movies. He's seen.
I told him to watch Zodiac instead. I was like, Dad, skip Boogie Nights, watch Zodiac.
Zodiac is great. Well, that would also be more his speed because it's more removed. It's not sexually explicit. It's also
Zodiac
not as
doesn't
deep
do
as
much.
Boogie Nights.
He didn't do much sex stuff, I guess.
No, just killed people. Just knifed them to very cool songs.
Did he?
Think about the Zodiac. Well, you know how what's the song they play when he's knifing the couple? Is it "Hurdy Gurdy Man," which
Yeah,
we've referenced on the?
We already, please. There's already an episode with
I'm not gonna do that.
with you doing that.
Yeah.
I think we started an episode with you doing Hurdy Gurdy Man.
Yeah, that is Hurdy Gurdy. It's called Hurdy Gurdy Man. That episode. Go back to that episode.
Wow.
The thing about the Zodiac Killers, he would only do it to very cool 60 songs. So it would be funny if they had just a whole compilation of Zodiac killing him to like Son of a Preacher Man. And
Yeah.
or like Fire by Arthur Brown. You just do a whole compilation, and because they caught the guy recently, so maybe you could do the Zodiac soundtrack.
Wait, what do you mean they caught the guy?
Well, they didn't catch the guy. Apparently, he's been dead for years, but dead for 3 years. Gary Francis Post, they have evidence to suggest he was the Zodiac killer, but who knows? It might just be a psyop.
But I thought that they thought it was that other guy.
Arthur Lee Allen, who apparently is the brother from the Drew Carey Show. He's also another. I don't know why that's the first thing I think.
You mean
of
the
him.
actor who plays him?
No, it's the actual brother.
Okay.
No, yeah, it's the actor. It's what's his name?
I don't know.
It's He has 3 names, but I don't know what they are. But he's a recognizable character actor. And he played the clown in the 4th season of American Horror Story.
Please tell me you did not watch all 4 seasons or is there even more?
There are like fucking 10 seasons of American Horror Story. That shit is, the gays and insane women keep that show alive because it's made for them.
I tried to watch it and I was a little underwhelmed.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but if you like... So, Ryan Murphy is like this Gen X guy who, by dint of all of his successful shows, has been given unlimited power. So he basically just gets to express his id throughout the universe and manifests it through the American Horror Story show. So if you want to see what like a white gay man from the 90s, if you want to see what he thinks and what his innermost psychological hangups are, that is the show. And I think that is valuable information.
And there's a bunch of them. Like there's like an American every kind of show now, right?
Yeah, but not all of them. I believe American Horror Story is uniquely Ryan Murphy's show because it's like dark Glee. What if Glee was dark? You know? And it has that effusive musical theatery quality that I think turns off a lot of people, rightfully so. But for me, I like it. It's very hammy. It's very over the top.
Wow. Well,
it's very also pandering to gay people. Very pandering to this mainstream gay audience.
That's funny.
Of fellow Gen X queers as well. Which is Gen X queers, very funny demographic. Gen X queers, the funniest demographic. I love you all. Because they didn't get AIDS. The boomers are the ones that got AIDS. I guess the Gen Xers got AIDS.
Well, keep talking about that while I go use the bathroom. A very rare occurrence. But I drank too many teas before the show. Yeah. So you're going to have to vamp for approximately
all right, I'll talk about
seconds.
So I guess what I'm thinking is... So I am a queer person. I'm a gay man. And I grew up in extreme privilege in that I'm straight passing. People don't clock me as gay until they hear me talk, which is very good. It's very useful. You can hide in plain sight that way. So I never got bullied for being gay. I got bullied for being gay in the pejorative sense. I got bullied for being, fucking gay. But I didn't get bullied for being gay. Also, I wasn't out in high school. And I wasn't out until after college. But the thing about it is the struggle of the previous generation of gay people born from like 1940 to 1965, from the beginning of the baby boom to the tail end, they went through a measurable hardship compared to me. Like, the average gay person living in that time was fucking fucked if they decided to live out and proud. There was just not a lot of room for them unless you were someone like me and you could pass for straight and you could keep your life hidden. I'm sure there were good places, but it was generally a much rougher place for someone like that. And sometimes I feel like today's tender queers really don't know. I mean, some of them do. I'm sure lots of people are getting bullied at school and are getting beaten up, but I feel like the previous generation of gays, which is not to say they should be absolved of all their problematic options, but their problematic opinions, or they shouldn't be challenged on stuff, but like, all of your friends didn't die of AIDS. That's something they all of their friends died of AIDS. That's crazy. Can you imagine? Can you imagine all of your...
Did you hear in the Chappelle special when he talks about like the old generation of gays?
Yeah. I didn't listen. What does Dave Chappelle say?
Well, he just says he likes the Stonewall generation of gay people.
Oh, yeah. Well, that is... I think there is like that idea of Because you'll see a lot of those Stonewall generation of gay people who are not Gen Xers, who are like older than that, but they're like, honey, look, we had bigger problems than pronouns, and they'll be like that. Which is it's an opinion, one that I'm not like, I don't support, but once again, I say like, sort of go gentle on them, because all their friends died of AIDS. Stop. Go gentle on them if you seek to spread knowledge.
It's funny because we're going to have to go gentle on like baby boomers now in the next 10, 20 years because all their friends died of coronavirus.
Oh yeah, it's really sad for the boomers. They're losing
really
all their
sad.
guys.
It's really sad for them.
Oh yeah, it's really sad for the boomers.
Sad.
Their canasta clubs are going unattended. Baby boomers historically play a lot of canasta. Their wine mixers are being unattended. It's just Wally and Saffron at the wine mixer, and they're terribly lonely. They have nothing to talk about. Wally loves Dune.
Saffron is not a baby boomer name.
She changed her name as a hippie and stuck with it. She opened up a line of cosmetics, of earth-friendly cosmetics, and that's she's going to wine mixers. I guess that's the other thing in my head. Why do I think all baby boomers are rich? I see lots of poor baby boomers all the time, but I've gotten it in my head because of this marketed generational warfare that, I have to hate these people because they were they are of a certain age. That's another way. It's another way they tear us apart.
Who is they?
Another way they try and do. It's they. It's
like
the Hollywood accounting.
You're talking about the Hollywood accountants.
Hollywood
again?
accounting types. Yeah, the Hollywood accountants. I think. I guess it's not done intentionally. I think we say they try to atomize it, but we like doing it to ourselves. We like dividing arbitrary lines. Some people do.
Yeah, just
I don't
like
know how
radio
much of it
headset.
is. Yeah.
You do it to yourself. You do.
That's what really hurts.
Yeah.
You do it to yourself. I like that song. It uses an octatonic scale.
Yeah. Music lessons with Alex and Steven.
There you go. It's an octatonic scale.
Let's do a music lesson episode soon where we just do like we talk about a music theory concept and then we demonstrate it on an instrument.
Why not? People love learning. They love learning from podcasts with their friends with gentle voices.
Octatonic. Wow.
We should do and we should just do it as Kruder and Dorfmeister.
That might be a little lame.
Just the whole episode in bad. And what we have here is we have the C major scale, and everybody likes the C major scale. It goes like this. Oh, that was me poorly playing it, but you understand the C major scale.
You poorly played it, Kruder.
I poorly played the C major scale, and but you can do great things with chords. Everyone likes chords.
Chords.
That's when you chords. Yes, everyone likes chords. You play them together like this, and there's a very nice C major chord. The chord, I should say. I'm pronouncing it. Forgive my English. Yeah. I'm from Bayern.
Play an augmented interval or arpeggio.
Oh, that's an augmented, very mysterious chord.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all the intervals are equal, and we're very scared by equal intervals. Something that we don't like.
Of course, the intervals are equal. Of course they are
equal.
Why would they? What would you imagine a scale where the intervals are gradually getting smaller? That would be crazy.
In metal, they use the tritone, which is 4 equal intervals. People don't like those intervals. Tritone More like try hard. That's what I say. Ha ha. Kruder out.
Ooh. We should do covers of Jimi Hendrix on melodica and organ.
Everyone would like that. That's very twee. That's sort of like getting at the aesthetic that people hate about Wes Anderson. They covered Hey Joe. I guess that's not a Jimi Hendrix song. He covered Hey Joe. What's a Jimi Hendrix song? Oh, you're right. Purple Haze uses the tritone.
Purple Haze would be... Well, the thing about... They always say Purple Haze uses the tritone, but like... It's like a... It really depends on the recording of it. Sometimes it is a tritone. Sometimes it's more like an octave with a tritone. So it's like a full chord.
Yeah. There was a lot of performative love for Steely Dan over the previous year on Twitter, which I participated in for sure. But I would like more performative love for Jimi Hendrix. I feel like Jimi Hendrix somehow is still underrated. I know that's a weird take to have, but he's like, people mock boomer music, but Jimi Hendrix fucking rules. You have to be fucking brain dead not to love Jimi Hendrix.
I mean,
I
don't know. He was my favorite guy for a long time growing up. Probably why I started playing guitar. That's why I got a white Stratocaster.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Jimmy Page also had, I think, a white Stratocaster at some point. Maybe not. Jimmy Page more known for the Gibson, but he would occasionally play Strat. Yeah, I don't know. People don't really. It's hard because of the internet now. The culture is not unified in that way. We have, and Spotify means that anyone can listen to whatever fucking shit Spotify recommends, and everyone's listening to like niche stuff that Spotify has recommended to them.
But the return of Jimi Hendrix as like a mass cultural icon is something that they'd probably have to make a really shitty. I'm sure they must have already made a Jimi Hendrix biopic that tanked. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I think a couple have occurred. I mean, the most recent one they had the guy from Outkast, I think, right?
Jesus, you're right. I didn't see this movie.
Well, it tanked. The problem is that the family never authorizes the actual Jimi Hendrix songs.
That's probably good.
Yeah, it means the world is being bereaved of a potential amazing movie. But
we could be cashing in on his image right now.
Yeah, we could be making movie studios a lot of money. So I think it makes sense.
There's I love Little Wing. Everybody loves Little Wing.
Yeah.
Well, she's walking through the clouds.
Oh boy, you're doing the Stevie Ray Vaughan version.
That version is inferior. There is who else did a cover of Little Wing? It's been covered a lot. People love that song because it's so fucking good.
Devo should have. I wish Devo covered it.
Well, she's walking through the clouds. Yeah, okay. Mark Mother's bow voice.
I guess that's an approximation. Little Wing's hard. That's a hard song to play on guitar.
Yeah.
Most Hendrix songs are pretty hard. He was always using his thumb. It's like all these crazy chords where he's like got bass notes with the thumb, and you're like, what? How am I supposed to wrap my whole thumb around the neck?
He knew how to do it. He was a technician. Once again, idiosyncrasy. That is what we look for in art. That's what trying to identify the X factor, what people call it. But yeah, the Jimi Hendrix, there was this certain level of self-invented guitar technique which he used, which is always very impressive when somebody is able to just create this unique language on an instrument out of whole cloth, which is what's so amazing about him. Like, there's really unprecedented style, which is why he's so special, and why you did good on that one, boomers. A+, boomers. What are some other boomer A+? Janis Joplin, I can leave. The Doors, I can leave.
Dang. Too ugly for you?
No, she's her music is just it's kind of boring.
Well, okay, the Doors.
She's fine.
The Doors.
I like the one song, which is "Come on, come on, come on, touch me, babe."
I like a lot of Doors songs.
That I am not afraid.
I like them because I think Ray Manzarek sucks, but is insane. I think he's insane, and his choices are bad, but incomprehensible.
Yeah, Light My Fire. The leading line for Light My Fire. It's so fucking clumsy and weird. I love it. It's such a bad choice. They were all on so many drugs. Robbie Krieger rocks though. Robbie Krieger's a fucking great guitarist. I love him. He's probably the best thing about the Doors. I imagine. That's probably not an unpopular opinion. In the same way that people say, "Oh, the Smiths, but Johnny Marr. I love Johnny Marr."
Yeah, Johnny Marr's great. He's really good.
Johnny Marr is great. He's genuinely a great guitarist. But you gotta love Morrissey too. He's an essential part of the Smiths. It's not the Smiths without Morrissey and his crooning nonsense about cows and being gay.
Yeah, the cow, every song is like the cow broke up with me and I am sad.
I'm vegan and I'm gay and secretly deaf and nobody cares.
Boomer music in The Who.
The Who is great.
Like there's a thread on Twitter that was name your favorite drummer, and it was everyone was like, oh man, I can't choose between John Bonham or Keith Moon, man. It's are you guys in 7th grade? Because that was what I talked about in 7th grade.
Yeah, that's me. Everybody likes having their idols, you know. Hendrix is God. The people said fucking Clapton is God. Imagine having Clapton as your fucking God.
Oh, but he's got
terrible
such good tone. He's known for his tone.
So his tone. Everybody it's nothing. It's nothing. You're listening to nothing. He's untalented. His music is bland like a beef Wellington.
Oh, he had some innovative ideas with Cream.
All of those, I assume, came from Jack Brooks and Felix Pappalardi.
Some of the almost earliest wah solos were from Cream.
Sure. We'll give him the wah. We'll give him the popularization of. But Jimi Hendrix did the wah so much better.
He did it better, but not first. I'm pretty sure Clapton was not. He didn't invent the wah pedal, but he.
No.
I think with Tales of Brave Ulysses, I think is the first wah guitar solo.
Yeah. Waka Waka is I'm sure. I don't know if it's the first. I'm sure the Electric Prunes or somebody did one. It's the first major one. There's always some first band.
Let me ask Google. First recorded wah solo.
First recorded. What was the first recorded wah solo?
Because I always thought it was Tales of Brave Ulysses.
We're pop culture detectives now, like Chuck Klosterman. We're gonna write a book like Chuck Klosterman, and everybody
According
will
to Wikipedia, among the first recordings featuring wah wah pedal were Tales of Brave Ulysses and Burning of the Midnight Lamp by Jimi Hendrix. So
there you go.
They were both 1967, but I'm pretty sure Tales of Brave Ulysses was
for yes. But Jimi Hendrix, indisputably a more talented technician, and elevated.
Clapton's good enough for the Beatles.
My unpopular opinion is that I do not like the song "While My Guitar Gently Weeps." I think it's boring. It's got boring chords, and I think it's I think the intro to the piano is dun 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 dun. It's very silly. I don't know. It feels very amateurish for where the Beatles were at that point, but. I don't know. I always thought it was sort of a lazy sounding song. Even the guitar, you'd have to go for that sort of British blues thing. It's more in line with that sort of blind faithy, creamy version of stuff, which I sort of have less affection for in the Beatles catalog than we're being wimbly wombly weirdos and we're singing about the sun.
That's why you got to listen to XTC because they're just wimbly wombly weirdos.
Yeah, And oh, we're talking about the birds in an interesting way. Look at the fingers of the glass in my shield. Yeah. That's another thing is people hating on the Beatles because, I mean, why not? You can hate on bands. Who cares? Caring about people hating music is very, very teenage behavior.
Yeah, it's fun to see it happen. It's fun when someone gets pissed about you saying something bad about a band they like.
Yeah.
It's some of my favorite things to see happen.
Well, people get really invested. They like base their personality around bands to some degree, or because they've devoted so much of their own self essence to bands. They get very incensed when people take that part away from them or mock it. It becomes part of their identity and painful. Yeah,
Primus, a Gen X band, I think, was very conscious of that and why they made their fan slogan is "Primus sucks."
Yeah,
and so they plan on that.
I saw it this week on Twitter. A Twitter user, I think it was Jane OST, said Metalocalypse Death Clock for Metalocalypse sucked. Because it's like a cartoon novelty band, which is fine. I don't share that opinion. I think their music is fun, and the fact that they're like a novelty band doesn't bother me. But people were getting, and I don't agree with the take, but it's fine. You can have that take. It doesn't make me mad. People were going fucking insane, just defending this fucking cartoon band. It was great. It was great to see. People really have invested so much of themselves in fucking Death Clock. They're willing to die.
Well,
to die for Death Clock. A self-fulfilling prophecy.
Die.
I wonder if anyone has ever gotten shot over mocking somebody's. If anyone has ever died because somebody has mocked someone's favorite band.
Yes, definitely.
You think did that happen in black metal a lot? You think?
I think it probably started happening with Generation X.
They were very band conscious.
Oh yeah, because who your favorite bands were. That's you didn't have a Facebook profile to tell people who your favorite bands were. You had to develop your favorite bands by actually it was much harder to figure out the culture and find your own way culturally. You didn't have everything spread out on a platter by various different social media platforms.
Everybody was Ethan Hawke in Reality Bites.
Sure, I saw that movie when I was 14.
It's a bad movie. Nobody was actually like.
Pretty sure I rented it because it had Winona Ryder in it. So.
She's a cutie. Yeah. She'll bat her eyes. She's still a cutie. We loved Winona, and the fact that she got busted for the cool crime of shoplifting. Makes her even cooler. Yes, yeah. That's a very funny right-wing thing that has happened up. Is people getting mad over shoplifting. So what the fuck do you care? Who cares if a Rexall loses it?
I don't know, man. What's another boomer band?
Another boomer band. Another boomer A+ band. Well, everybody... Steely Dan's a boomer band. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Everybody likes Steely Dan. But, who are from, the 60s? The legendary... Is Todd Rundgren?
No.
Todd Rundgren is a guy?
I guess he's count. Age-wise, he counts. But he's... I'm thinking, who's, on the top... The top classic top rock stations,
of the 60s.
Is Van Halen boomers? Were Van Halen boomers? They probably were.
I feel like they're on the cusp.
No, they were on the cusp of popularity, but Eddie Van Halen was pretty old when they got popular, right?
I mean, punk music is also boomer music. So is it? You can't say punk music is Gen X music. So
no, yeah, punk music's boomer.
So all those guys are A+. Ramones are A+ in my eyes.
Eddie Van Halen was born in 1955, so he's firmly a baby boomer.
Yeah, but I feel like that music isn't considered boomer music in the same way that I feel like the music that's really legendary to the baby boomers is the 60s music. That's really the deified era. Because it was also the last era that people cared about stuff.
Yeah, Bob Dylan
And-
is the biggest boomer musician.
Yes, you're right. Which is, I mean, Bob Dylan, I don't care about Bob Dylan. He's okay. He's not my favorite guy. I don't think he's bad, but he's,
Yeah, secretly gay, right?
really? Mm-hmm. Bob Dylan. Sucking dick. Where are you? How does it feel? Sucking a dick.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
There you go. Where were you? You suck a dick. You look so fine to suck a dick, and now you suck a dick. Sucking my dick.
In the balls. Yeah.
There you go.
So, who else we got here?
The top boomer picks. That's where it's heading. It's like boomer A+ to boomers.
It's funny, you ask my dad, who's not a boomer, he's a previous to silent generation, he'll be like, oh, Fats Waller, oh, Fats Domino, and it's like everyone's named Fats something.
Everyone's Fats, yeah. You couldn't get away with that. You couldn't have like Megan Trader be Fats Trader.
That would be really, really, really good if a new like R&B artist, a new hot R&B artist is a fat person, and they bring back having Fats be your name.
Yeah. That's Fats Minneapolis. That'd be a good rapper name. I mean, there was Fat rapper. There was Fat Joe.
Yeah.
There was the Fat Boys, but they were spelled with the PH.
Well, maybe he should be called Fats Joe.
Fats Joe.
Yeah.
He was the old timey Fat Joe transported to the 1940.
Fat Joe has an old Jewish boomer agent who's constantly calling him Fats Joe.
Now listen here, Fats. Told you 1,000,000 times, Morty. It's Fat Joe. Okay, Fats. We're gonna go gold on this one. We're gonna go gold on your record. I don't know anything about Fat Joe. Wasn't he part of Terror Squad? He's good, I guess. I haven't listened to that rap music.
Well, we
ever.
want to say he's good to avoid any sort of violent backlash from his fan base.
This fan base, who I'm sure, listened to this
We have a
podcast.
big
Tons of Fat Joe
a
listeners.
big share of Fat Joe fans that listen.
Big intersection. of Fat
Spotify
Joe
does
fans, you know?
Spotify does handy analytics, so we know who not to insult and who we can say is garbage.
Turns out a lot of our well-trodden topics like Calvinism, Fat Joe talks a lot about Calvinism as well because of his religious upbringing.
Yeah, well,
We don't actually talk about Calvinism.
we pretend
we
to
should
know
talk
what
more
it
about
means.
It means something. It means liking Calvin and Hobbes.
Predestination.
Nah, it means it encompasses a big faggot of used in the old sense of
In the old timey
religious
sense of a collection of different sticks.
collection of six. That was in law school when they were talking about property. They would always refer to the rights of property as a bundle of sticks, and I would always be going.
Wow.
Do you know what else that is?
Is that why
you know what the synonym for bundle of sticks is?
You're like raising your hand. You're like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, the hand goes straight up. Do you know? Do you want to hear a little historical fact? Yeah, everybody loved me in law school. I was the faggot guy. They called me after.
Yeah, that's the story you tell in your head. Everyone calls me the faggot guy because I like to say because I knew the answer to what a bundle of sticks was. It has nothing to do with who I am, and they're not being mean to me. It's because I raised my hand and said what the word meant.
I'm going to take ownership. My name is the faggot guy now. I am the faggot guy. I will do whatever the faggot guy wants to do, and I will accentuate my will as the faggot guy. No one can stop the faggot guy. After I finish law school, it's going to be the faggot guy LLC.
I imagine that's if I ever met Steve Martin, I would pretend that I thought the name of the jerk was actually the faggot, and then I would be like, "You were in that movie, right?" And then he would hate me, and that's exactly what I want to happen if I meet Steve Martin.
You want to raise Steve Martin's ire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably record
It would be
him.
funny to...
Yeah.
Dude, I bet he would be very withering. I bet getting chewed out by Steve Martin is probably not great.
No, I bet it's like a roast. I bet it's awesome as fuck. He's probably gonna
Okay.
like chew you out.
Who would be like the funniest guy, the funniest comedian to get intimidated by? Like, it'd be funny for
I
like,
would love
John Mulaney.
I'd love to
snap
be
at you or
intimidated by Louis C.K. Like, I would love to be like a barista purposefully making Louis C.K.'s drink wrong just to have him chew me out.
You draw a penis in the foam. Draw a penis jacking
And
off
it's
in the
like,
foam.
what's this supposed to mean?
What the hell is this? What is this supposed to mean? My daughters.
That's kind of far. I think I was somehow closer.
There you go. I don't know what Louis C.K. is doing. Apparently he's being supported by a network of chummy stand-up comedians.
What do
He
you
has
mean?
a support network.
You mean like they're giving him money?
I don't know who's giving Louis C.K. money. I'm sure some people are giving Louis. He's booking shows.
Oh, he's booking shows. Great.
Yeah, he's not like he like there's still an audience of people who are like, we're still with you, Louis. That wasn't bad enough. That wasn't, and I don't know if I found out a close friend is jacking off in front of women against their will, but he doesn't do it anymore.
I don't do it anymore.
It's such a funny excuse. Look, I jacked off in front of women against their will, but I don't do it anymore,
Does he have
Look,
a
I killed a guy, but I don't do that anymore. Not comparing killing a guy to, I don't know.
Oh my god. Well, let's see. I'm going to his website, tickets. Wow, I could actually go see him this November in Detroit.
There you go.
Should I do
Go
it?
to a Louis C.K. show in Detroit.
Please email houseofdecline@gmail.com with a yes or a no in the subject line as to whether or not I should pay to go see Louis C.K. in November. That's all we have time for on this week's episode of House of Decline. Alex, you want to do our trademark sign out?
Trademark sign out, yeah.
I emailed you the trademark sign out. You didn't.
No.
What? Come on.
What's our trade? Wait, you did?
Yeah, I emailed you the trademark sign out.
Oh, no.
God damn it. God
I'm
damn
fucking
it.
up again.
You're
I've been
fucking it up.
fucking up this whole time. I'm going to be fired from my own podcast.
Yeah, I am the boss.
Yeah, we agreed. We agreed on that at the beginning. You can go back to the first episode where I submitted.
It's a boss. And you're not my employee, you're my peon.
Yeah.
I pee on you.
Yes, there you go. The classic peon bit.
It's my favorite bit.
Relating it to urination.